event. And here is Del Ballard.
And
Ballard starts off by leading a 2-pin. Ballard this week, a high game of 279. He averaged 232 on the TV pair. He is third on the money list. The 24-year-old man from Richardson, Texas, fifth year on the tour. He's won $126,655 this year.
But most of that in the opening event of the year, the U.S. Open, where he won $100,000. And he's trying to win another big championship here today, Jay. He's led the tournament, one game for all the marbles. Remember, both these players in the running for Bowler of the Year. This is a big match.
Walter Ray starts with a strike. There's Tom White, the president of the Brunswick division, is on hand. He'll be passing out the check, $33,000 to the top man.
Mr. Hayes has an alibi?
What's gonna happen?
Nothing. You did everything by the book.
I killed Lena's aunt now, dear.
It was suicide by cop.
Boy, he's locked in now, Jay. Walter Ray really looking tough out there. Del Ballard knows he doesn't want Walter Ray to get out early and get too big a lead on him. He'll never catch him. He's got to get started right now. And we'll see that Del Ballard is playing basically the line that Jeff Bellinger played before him, whereas Walter Ray is going very straight and firm outside. There's a big break. Get him started. Got something off the wall there. Tripped the 4, almost had the 4-7-10. Good shot, good roll on the ball.
These two were very consistent all week, as you mentioned. Ballard gets a bit of a break here, and we'll watch it.
Watch the head pin, kick the 2-pin up against the wall, comes off, takes out the 4-7.
7th career championship around appearance for Del Ballard. Ballard, who was third after the 3rd round and the 4th round, moved into 2nd, 5th, and 6th. And after last night, took over number 1, and that's how he's done it. Williams, on the other hand, was 2nd after the 3rd round, moved into 1st through the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then after last night's position round, finished 2nd here. The Kapalua Golf coming up next for you, except those of you on the West Coast. Andy Bean trying to win his 2nd consecutive Kapalua title.
Hard and straight. Doesn't get the 4-pin.
Stubborn 4-pin.
You know, when Del Ballard won the U.S. Open in January, he didn't beat a slouch there, Jay. He beat Pete Weber for the championship. When you consider that he's up against Walter Ray Williams, they're not giving him very easy matches for these championships. And you saw the replay of Walter Ray Williams' ball. And here's the easy spare for him. Right now he's down by 1 pin after 3 completed frames on a spare, whereas Del Ballard has spare and 2 strikes to open the match.
Walter Ray Williams will go over the 400,000 mark in career earnings today.
I bet you that's more than he made throwing horseshoes. What do you think?
Well, he says he'd like to win more money in horseshoes than in bowling, but I think they're going to have to do something about that before he can do it.
Another 4-pin. Again, another good firm shot by Walter Ray. You know, you watch Walter Ray go to the foul line, and it's amazing that he can get there the same way twice in a row. See how he seems to be off balance. His arms are going all over the place. But he is, as I said earlier, maybe the most accurate bowler on the tour right now. And he switches to that smooth, hard-shell ball so he can throw it right at it. It's a good lesson for the bowlers at home. You don't have to hook the ball a lot to knock down a 1-pin spare. All you got to do is hit it.
We're talking about the money for this year, and that's an important factor in Player of the Year. And over the last decade, of course, the money on tour has increased dramatically. Here's Del on 22.
And he liked that one, Joe. When he let go, you could see the reaction. When he let go of that ball, he knew it was there.
3 in a row, and the lead of 12 for Del Ballard.
And he's pumped. You know, Del Ballard, what he does to relax when he's bowling on television, he told me after he won the U.S. Open in January, he has a song in his head that he listens to. Isn't that's something, isn't it? That helps him concentrate, keeps him relaxed.
Here's an interesting note.
Oh, guys, is that a pun? Note?
No, that's
Oh,
not
my.
a note.
Uh-oh.
That's a problem.
That is a major problem. That ball got out there and just stayed there. It didn't make the turn he wanted on the back.
Don't try this at home, McGee.
Do you see the release?
It's for greatness.
All that wrist strength. The ball going well down the lane, but watch it hang out there. Not quite make the turn back, and a very difficult spare.
It's the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10.
Two ways to make it. You can cross it over like that. Didn't quite cross enough like you would to cover the washout, or you can try to fit it back through the same hole and play the deflection.
Well, Ballard, after 3 in a row, is open in the 5th and a score of 101.
Sometimes it takes about 12 minutes for it to reach the net.
Now watch the ball. It's trying to hook, doesn't quite make the turn. He thinks it's going to get there, but it doesn't. All he needed was maybe another quarter of an inch of hook, and he would have picked up the spare.
Who was there 12 minutes before the fire? Dr. Byers.
And Walter Ray didn't get there.
Uh-oh.
Now remember, the last 2 balls that Walter Ray has thrown, one on each lane, he left the 4-pin. The ball's a little high on the head pin. And here he's thinking, well, I'm going to throw it just a little harder. And when he does, the ball gets away from him, doesn't make the turn at all. He was fortunate to get away with what he got there, Jay. It could have been a lot more difficult spare than it is. Now he'll try to make the ball cross the head pin here and get all 3 pins with the ball.
Looking at a 1-2-8. The 86 Sporting News PBA Player of the Year, Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
Just like that.
He has a 4-pin lead. Ballard and Williams battling here for $33,000. There's the scoreboard as this championship match is reaching the midway point. Really had some fine scoring here this afternoon.
We have, and you know that ball that got away from Del Ballard when he left that really a bad 5-pin count there, that could be disastrous for him later in the match because of the count. If Walter Ray keeps his count, he has a 4-pin lead now. He keeps that pin count lead. The fact that he got that big pin lead when Del Ballard let one ball get away could be the difference in the match.
Earl, we're here in the Chicago area, and they're talking like they're going to play some night games finally at Wrigley Field. Got a deal on them, play 15 games maybe there, and of course a new man, Jim Fry, running the club. A lot of people wondering who's going to be the new manager there. It's always interesting here in Chicago in the world of sports, especially the baseball world.
That's right. Here's a replay of the last shot by Del Ballard when it went high in head pin. Now remember the frame before. Again, the players tend to react to what the ball did the frame before. The ball didn't get back to the head pin. He left that almost impossible spare. This time he makes sure it gets back, and he gets it up there too high. And he misses the spare.
Oh, and Ballard is open here in the 6th, and he finds himself down 15 pins, and that's a big, big miscue.
2 in a row, Jay. 2 opens in a row, 2 disastrous frames for Del Ballard, and a big break for Jay. I mean, for Walter Ray, not for you. He went cross lane at that and tried to kill the ball, kill the shot, and the ball didn't hook at all and slid right by the 3-pin.
Ballard having a real problem here. Got to battle back right now. But he got a break.
He's lost.
Brooklyn, he lost, but maybe he was due something after being open there for the 5th and 6th. He strikes in the 7th.
This is the lane, remember, that doesn't hook as much as 22. 22 hooks more than 21. He was trying to keep it direct, and the ball hooked a little more than he wanted it to. Now, here's where Walter Ray is definitely at an advantage. As the lane surface changes, and it will, through the traffic of the bowling balls rolling down the lane, it doesn't affect his ball as much because he goes more direct and over in and relies on accuracy.
Williams with 2 in a row and a lead of 25.
Double on 6 and 7.
Watch this now. A lot of ball speed up the boards. The ball never goes away from the pocket. It's rolling up to the pocket from the time it leaves his hand. And the ball speed keeps it on line so it doesn't hook on the middle head pin. This is vintage Walter Ray Williams. This is the way he loves to play the game. Up and at him. A lot of ball speed.
This is the 10-pin.
A solid 10. He's left a couple of 4s, now a 10-pin, and you know, as he gets a little more and more pumped, you're getting toward the end of the match. This is his 8th frame. He starts to throw the ball even harder. Now watch the ball. It doesn't quite get into a good roll. Deflects a little bit, and there's that solid 10. Walter Ray is one of the better spare shooters on the tour, again because of his tremendous accuracy.
It's a nice average, too, that graphic indicated. He's got those fluorescent silver slacks on today.
He sure does. He's lighting up the room, isn't he?
Wow, wait. Hardly need any
I wonder
lights
if he
at all.
borrowed those from our president, Ernie Schlegel. What do you think? You think Kathy, his wife, sent those down for Walter Ray, or did he actually go out and get them himself?
I have to ask him about those. I don't know where you buy those.
All right, we're getting to the French frames again. Here we go.
Al Ballard strikes
Ballard
in the
dumps.
eighth.
Same thing.
Ballard with that strike, only 14 pins down with the 9th and 10th to go. That one he threw with a lot of confidence, Jay. He liked that one as opposed to the last 3 frames where he had no idea what the ball was doing out there. He looks like he's made a good adjustment and he's comfortable again. Key shot for him now, 9th frame on a double. Has to have this one to have a chance to win the match.
Replacing the valve was a mistake. It was fatal.
Remember, he went Brooklyn on this lane last time. And he carries again.
Well, he made the right change there and came through, and he is very much back in it now as Williams' lead is 4.
Valve repair would end my career.
Remember, the left lane, it doesn't hook as much as the right. As you see Del Ballard's last shot, he's going more direct with the ball and a little more ball speed. Look at the balls go way down the lane and then finish in the pocket, and the 10 pin went down, which still gives him a chance to win the match.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, there's some power for you. That end-over-end roll, but using a lot of angle up to the pocket. That's what makes that end-over-end roll hit good. If you played that same roll that Walter Ray is using now, that end-over-end, and used it in the center of the lane, for example, where Del Ballard is playing the lanes, the ball would deflect. But from the extreme outside angle, it works well.
I placed it on the bed.
9 300 games won this year.
Big shot. 10th frame. Tough spare. Tough spare.
Last year, this fella led the PBA in earnings with 145,550.
Watch the ball slide by. He leaves the 2, the 5, and the 8 pin. Very difficult spare, especially for someone that goes as straight as Walter Ray. He switched balls again. Remember, he uses the harder, smoother surface ball for his spares. He needs a little angle on this one. See how he covers it. He must make this spare. Great shot. Oh, my. There's a lot of courage there. All right, Walter Ray with a strike will finish at 214. Del Ballard right now is going at 210 pace. He needs the first strike to win the match. If Walter Ray gets good count here, he must have a good count.
Is that good enough?
That's good enough. All right, Walter Ray with 214. Del Ballard has 140 in the 7th, a double in the 8th and 9th. If he gets the first strike in the 10th,
Yep.
he'll be a winner.
The strike could be first ball.
If he doesn't strike, Walter Ray Williams wins.
Especially when you didn't know that one.
Well, my concerns are more immediate. I have 2 tickets for the opera today. She was going to
What a great shot.
Golly, that's amazing, isn't it? The way he battled back.
Now, all he has to do is keep the ball in the lane, basically. We're looking at a count difference of right now of 6 pins.
And he's checking.
He's checking. He's smart. He knows what's going on out there. He's been around a little while, and now he knows that if he just keeps the ball in the lane, gets a decent count, he'll be the winner. By a decent count, we're talking about 7 or 8 pins, and then make the spare, something like that. A strike, obviously. It's all over.
All right. There it is, $33,000 for Ballard, and both of those men very much in it for Player of the Year honors. And Ballard, a big payday here for him. He was 3rd in the money list before this finals. $133,000.
Oof. Wow.
A trip for 2 to Korea.
That was a great
just
match
2
between the
tournaments
two
this year
greats.
for this fella.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It sure is.